So, you want to start a business and you want to start making money online. You just don't know where to start. You've had a bunch of business ideas. You ventured into learning about drop shipping. You ventured into learning about selling and reflipping stuff. You ventured into many different areas, but you've never really seemed to be able to stay consistent with one thing. And that is where I found myself at for I'd say the past year and a half of me actually knowing that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I never really picked a business model and stayed consistent with it. And you find yourself in the same boat as that. You want to start a business and you know that entrepreneurship is a lifestyle that you want to live, and you don't want the average 9 to 5 life. You want something bigger. And you want to be able to scale a business. You just don't know what business to start. And so, what I'm going to do is give you a framework of something that you can implement today, and you can start your business today. And I'm not going to act like I'm the most credible person because I have I have not scaled a business myself. I'm not speaking from, years of experience. I'm actually just now starting my business and really committing to my journey of entrepreneurship. But with the learning and the lessons I've learned over the year or so, I can now give you a framework to use that I'm actually using myself. So I'm going to start with step one of this framework, and that is taking 30 minutes to an hour to really think about your skills or things that you have a lot of knowledge in. And for you, that might be sales. Do you have a sales job? And do you know how to sell well? Uh, can you sell anything? Can you really talk to anybody and close anybody on deals? That's something that you might be very good at. Do you know a lot about self-improvement? Do you implement a lot of self-improvement habits in your life and you've seen results from it? Do you know a lot about fitness? So start by taking 30 minutes to an hour to journal about these skills that you're good at or that you have and you can talk about for for a while, and you feel that you can help someone out with this skill, or at least by you can help someone out by talking about this skill to them. So you want to make a list of, I don't know, I'm not going to give a certain number, but you want to make a list of all these skills that you feel that you're good at, or this knowledge that you have in certain areas. You might have a lot of knowledge in um, diet. You might have lot of knowledge in um, business. So whatever it is, you're just going to take 30 minutes to an hour to journal about this. The next step is picking 1 to 3 of these skills that you can now use as a tool to provide value. So you got this list of a bunch of skills that you have and a bunch of knowledge that you have. You're now going to pick 1 to 3 of these skills or knowledge, and these three are going to be sort of tools that you're going to use to provide value to a person. And I think it'd be easier if you chose these 3 skills or areas of knowledge that are relatable and close together. So, for example, say my list was something like golf. I feel like I have a lot of knowledge in golf, um, diet, what type of diet is good for you, how to improve your diet, fitness, exercise, lifestyle, self improvement, mental health. And then I also said something like business. Say those were all on my list. Well, I would want to narrow it down to 1 to 3. And for me, I would want to keep it with skills that sort of overlap or are pretty similar. So, fitness, self improvement, and diet. Those sort of overlap. And now you really have an something that you can gain an expertise in. And it's stuff that you're already interested in, stuff that you already have knowledge in. But now you're really going to pick those 1 to 3 things that you can continue learning in and use as a tool to provide value. So, step 3 is picking the avatar. You've probably heard avatar. You're going to pick your ideal customer that you're going to provide the value to. So you're also going to take 30 minutes to an hour again to journal about this customer. You're going to journal about who this exact person is. Who is this person that you feel like you can benefit with these skills or knowledge that you have? Who is it? What is this person going to be asking? What types of questions is this person going to be asking as far as how can they learn more about this skill, or how can they learn more about this area of knowledge that you have? And I know that sounds very general, but for example, if you chose fitness, then an exact person, an exact avatar can be something like a young man who is insecure in himself because of the way his body looks. And so he might start asking questions like, how can I stay more consistent in the gym? And like I said, the more specific you can be with this avatar, the better your message is going to be to this person, and the more value you can provide to them. So, some questions that can help you with this journal prompt are they male or female? What are their interests? What type of questions do they have in these areas? What type of questions do they have about fitness? What type of questions do they have about entrepreneurship? And how old are they? What does this person look like? Is it a friend of yours? Is it you? before you started your journey of learning about fitness? Is it you before you started learning about entrepreneurship? So you're going to have this ideal avatar at the end of this 30 minutes to an hour journal session. So the next step is to choose a platform that you're going to market your business on. And you can choose any social media platform, but I would suggest choosing the one that you know the most about. So if you feel like you spend most of your time on TikTok, then I would use TikTok because if you use TikTok the most, you sort of already know, or may you sort of might already start to recognize how the TikTok feed works, how it's recommending videos, and you know what type of content is working well, what type of content is not, and what type of content you relate to the most. So if you feel like you spend your most time on TikTok, then I would use TikTok. For me, it's YouTube because I spend my most time on YouTube and I learn the most from YouTube and I know what I'm relating to the most. So that's why YouTube would be the best tool for me. And that's why I am actively using YouTube right now. Um, and I would suggest choosing 1 to 2 platforms at most to market your business because, you know, you really want to learn how these algorithms are working and how this content is being pushed out and how to really target to where you can give your message to the avatar that you created. Step 5 is to actually start creating the content. And creating this content is marketing your business and marketing yourself. So simply, you're just going to start making content and pushing it out on this platform or 2 platforms that you chose. So that is what I'm actively doing right now. I chose a target avatar, which is someone who is struggling and making a decision on what business to start. They feel like they're inconsistent with starting a business. They don't have a framework. So that is my target avatar. And now I'm making a video right now that is trying to actively target this person. And that's what my title is about too. So the goal is to consistently create this content and consistently create educational content. And the goal is that this avatar starts to starts to actually gain information from you and gain value out of what you're saying so that this avatar starts to build trust in what you're saying and build trust in your message and build trust in you as a person. um, Step 6 is to pick a product or service. So I'm going to back up a little bit. So I'm just going to go over the steps a little bit before I say this last step. So the first step is to start to generally think about your skills and areas of knowledge. The second step is to pick one of these skills, 1 to 3 of these skills that you can use as a tool to provide value. The third step is to pick your ideal avatar, the person who would benefit from this skill or knowledge. Step 4 is to choose the platform that you're going to market your business on. Step 5 is to start actually creating the content. Consistently creating the content. And step 6 now is to pick a product or service that will help these customers even further. So you're consistently creating content and pushing it out to the ideal avatar and creating your messaging towards this ideal avatar. Now, what you're going to do is create or is to pick a product or service that can help these customers even further. So this might be one-to-one coaching, this might be lessons. If you know a lot about sales, you can give sales lessons to people. This might be personal training. If you chose fitness, you can talk about personal training, you can talk about fitness mindset. Um, Online courses, you can build an online course and use that and package that to provide it to this person to provide even more value for them. You can do one-on-one coaching. Sorry. So this is a framework that will allow you to start a business, grow an audience, and have a valuable service that you can provide them. And like I said, this is the framework that I'm going to be using myself. And so you're going to see more videos of me pushing out valuable content. And I'm hoping to help you and hoping you get something out of this. But yeah, like I said, let's start doing this framework together and let's grow our online business. But yeah, thank you for watching and hopefully you have a good day.